Welcome, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you can attend. Step inside, step inside. We got some grand news. We shot down the freaking balloon. Thank goodness. Because these are things that have been keeping me up at night. P.S. Do you have TikTok on your phone? They find out a lot whatever they want on there. I believe this is just a fiasco. But let's look at it.
This video, to me, has some very clear clues in it. What you're seeing in a couple different instances is the contrail of a jet flying by, a contrail created by the hot exhaust of the jet engine of the airplane, meeting moisture in the air, and then causing
They thought they should spray some chemtrails over us before they took this down.
it to condense. So you can see from left to right there, that looks to me like a contrail of what is likely a fighter jet. And then you see it take a bit of a turn. And you can see also just
a neocontrail, more like it. Am I right? Am I right?
What looks to be a bit of exhaust there from the impact, and then likely some parts. You can see a glint occasionally there, a little flash of light of what looks to be falling debris. Of course,
I did not know glint was a word. Learned something new today. Can I be bigger? And can I have a little more headspace? You know me. I just don't have. I need my production value to rise.
Of course, the military will be trying to track where this debris is. And we know from crash investigations of large aircraft, they can track the debris in real time via radar and see exactly where that goes. We also know from reporting of some of my cohorts here at CNN that there are assets in the water standing by to assist with the recovery effort of this Chinese spy balloon, and the instrumentation below it, which will be really key here and how it was working, because we know that was the size.
This is all so exciting and stupid as shit. Want to hear about spies? Look up Pollard. Look up Arnon Milcon stealing nuclear tech. But a weather balloon floats off course, which, do we even believe that story? Do we know it's China? They want to stoke the flames of war with Russia. Has that been happening? China. And Iran.
Of several school buses.
Who's behind that? Who got us to go to war for them? To take out Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon?
So a few hundred feet, and that will be really, really telling as the military tries to piece back that together.
America! Freak yeah! Turns out we can't curse on, look at that. We shot that mother down. We can't curse on YouTube anymore. Now look at bad boy Joe Biden.
Ordered the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. They decided, without doing damage to anyone on the ground, they decided that the best time to do that was as it got over water outside within 12-mile limit. They successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report.
But first, I'd like to compliment my aviator Ray-Bans. And then our aviators. Imagine if they would have missed. That would have been so sad.
Our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report on this a little later. Thank you.
Mr. President, what did you say about China? What's your message to China?
You were saying the recommendation was from your national
I
security
told them to shoot it down.
on Wednesday.
On
Biden is in control. He can't string together a complete sentence, but I commanded them to take it down. While I was wearing these aviators, speaking to the aviators. Me, badass Joe Biden.
Wednesday.
The recommendation
They
from-
said to me, let's wait till the safest place to do it.
What does this mean for China, relations with China?
All right, short and sweet and very curt and to the point there from the president.
He doesn't want to stick around and answer questions? Like always. Like never. Okay. So proud of our country. We have such a badass president. Tyson Fury in the news. Although he did get knocked out recently. Let's look at that. Tyson Fury knocked the F out. Get knocked down, but I get up again. Are you ever gonna keep me down? It wasn't that really popular one. It was bad. It was a spar session. Oh. I'm not gonna click on. Dog, we are addicted to violence. And I am guilty.
I don't know if you guys remember Tom Brady.
Damn. Oh. One more time. Oh. That's sad because I do love him.
I don't know if you guys remember Tom Brady, his wife.
Dude, this guy is the best.
It reminds me of a story.
Let's listen to let's
I
watch.
don't know if you guys remember Tom Brady, his wife was saying that he won the Super Bowl because of her protection crystals. To the point where this guy was literally in interviews being like, when we won the Super Bowl.
Dog, I mean, I'm not trying to big up magic crystals. You know, I buy crystals, but I'm not that in touch. But we got crystals in our phones. The Earth's crust is, the interior of it is mostly like silica. Crystals. Tom Brady, I live in Tampa Bay. I know I shouldn't tell the feds that, but so this really speaks to me because also I like Giselle because she's a witch, and I also like witchy stuff. Ah, damn.
She got him trained. But I feel like girls are like, I believe in protection crystals, but if a guy was like, listen, I don't have a condom, but good news, I do have this handful of protection crystals. So we're actually covered on that front. She's like, well, I don't actually believe, you know. And then also, Giselle, she lost all her money in crypto, and it's like, you can't be into girl crystals and guy crystals. I feel like a little bit, pick a crystal. Crypto, every guy puts 30% of his money in crypto and loses it, and it's actually how we close the wage gap, so you're welcome to
Crypto's men's crystals.
It reminds me of a story that I heard.
No.
So the hymn says, Blessed One, whether you are born of Kronos, Zeus, or Rhea, I loudly hail thee, Attis. You the Assyrians call thrice desired Adonis, all Egypt.
On the cross, Christ calls out a total fictional character, calls out Adonai. A Greek ass word. Samothracians are lit. Adamas. The Phrygians. Masons love the Phrygians with their Phrygian caps. It's what the with the kids who do. They do the kids' hospitals, which I don't even want to know what goes beyond behind them. the freaking Shriners. You have to be a 30, I think, second or 31st degree Mason to be a Shriner. I DJ'd a party for Shriners. They're known to like to party, wear weird hats, and drive small cars. Let's look up Simpsons Shriners. So we just like freeball it on here.
I'd give anything to get into the Stonecutters.
What do they do there, Dad?
I'm a member. What do they do? What don't they do? Oh, they do so many things. They never stop. Oh, the things they do there. My stars.
You don't know what they do there, do you?
Not a sec.
My stars, because if you get deep enough, the highest thing that they teach was astrology. It's based off of gematria, the science of numbers.
No. I'm a stonecutter.
Dad, remember those self-hypnosis classes we took to help us ignore Grandpa?
Do I ever? It's 5 years later, and I still think I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken, Marge.
I know.
I want to check my my live stream. Anybody else? Angel Soul Trip. We have a balloon party. Yes. Well, I showed that. Don't name them. They know. They know. Thank you, my friends. We got 3 viewers. 3 more than I usually have. Let's continue our Saturday night party.
Maybe we should be listening to him now.
I'm a member. Huh? What? Huh?
You're a member of the Stonecutters, Grandpa?
Oh, sure. Let's see. I'm an elk, a mace.
An elk mace. It wasn't the elk lodges. I know it's a place for fraternity, and the majority of them aren't in on some secret plan to sabotage, to control the world. But they have all been psyoped to work for Solomon, son of Jacob, to build his temple. And the Masons, believe it or not, Freemasons rebuild third temple, Israel. Would you believe it's a thing? New York Times. Scheme of Freemasons and opinions of on rebuilding. Back in 1912. The scheme of the Freemasons to rebuild the Temple of Solomon at Jerusalem has aroused much sentimental interest in quartered here. Yeah, you think? Because they set it all up. And much doubt is expressed as to whether the project will ever be realized. Back in 1912. Seems like it's going ahead. Full freaking fledge.
A communist? I'm the president of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance for some reason. Ah, here it is. The Stonecutters. This is it. My ticket in. They have to let me join if I'm the son of a member. I'll take this communist one, too. Coming through. Can't throw me out. My father's a member. I'm in.
Okay, Homer, you're in. Just don't point that thing at me.
Thanks, Lenny. When am I...
Shout out to the symbolism. Shout out to the Wake movement. I stole that from them. Bastards. WM Wake movement. And I put a line right through the middle of it because I'm cutting that shit out. And then here they are, hip to astrology. The sun and the moon together. An eclipse. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pointed star of the goddess Venus. Just because they use this shit doesn't mean I can't steal it from them and expound upon it.
You're going to be initiated.
As soon as number 1 gets here.
Number 1? What kind of stupid wiener name is that? Hello, my name is Number 1. And and so forth.
We call each other by number, not by name.
I'm in the
Carl's
chat
number
on my
14,
phone.
Number 12. Thursday's number 29.
You outrank Mr. Burns here?
Sure. What? Hey, 20. Get up.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Of course. Of course, Mr. Burns would be a part of it. Up there they have the square and the compass. The square is in the energy of Mars. That makes a 90-degree angle. 9 is the number of Mars. And then Venus, the compass is in a 60-degree angle. 6 is Venus. So it's the 6 and the 9. And it is a square is masculine. A circle, which a compass makes, is feminine. So you want to put a circular dome on top of a square building to make a temple. I'm breaking apart shit, dog. Y'all are so fucking blessed to have me. I gotta stop cursing. Oh, I can't stop.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Patience, Monty. Climb the ladder.
Is he the leader
of this chapter? There are chapters all over the world.
I had to pause it intermittently so I don't get trademarked.
And it has been foretold that someday a chosen one will.
Okay, I didn't ask for your life story.
Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge...
Weird hats. Why do all religions like weird hats? My religion just has a badass hat. And you can buy one on my website, my friends. I'd like to direct you. $33.
Your character will be proven.
That will never be a Mason.
Happy landings.
think I have to do it again. My blindfold came off.
This ritual is called crossing the desert.
Ow, 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 ow.
And this we call...
They do all these rituals. The Aquarian doesn't have any... The Aquarian Temple. I think I have that .org. I bought so many different freaking domain names to try to put this all together.
The unblinking eye.
Ow, ow, ow. Hey, have you ever noticed that the crossing the desert is a lot like...
Hold up. What is my sign concealing? A stick of dynamite underneath a balloon. Blowing up a balloon. It was a Masonic ritual, my friends. Told you, Soul Trip. Hey.
The unblinking eye? It's exactly like the wreck of the Hesperus.
And now the final ordeal, the paddling of the swollen ass with paddles.
Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow.
Does not introductory level masonry, which is merely college fraternities and sororities, not have paddles? They love paddles. Bunch of gay stuff.
And by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the stonecutters, may my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all but 3 hairs.
I think you should have to take a different oath.
Everyone takes the same oath. Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the Sacred Order of the...
Number 908. Let's look up Kabbalah meaning of 908. Twin flame and love. That's bullshit. I don't know this. Oh, I'll be looking too far into stuff sometimes. That's my Aquarian moon.
Stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
But he's already kind of heavy, you know.
It's all about light. Very Kabbalistic. Kabbalism is essential to Masonry.
Well, to be honest, I never got around to ordering that part for you, so it's still going to be a couple of weeks.
Speaking of fixing things, today I became more of a man, for I installed a new fuel pump, fuel filter, and alternator in my car, saving me maybe $900.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, yes.
But what if I were to shake your hand in this way?
Well, I didn't realize you were a member.
Aww, I have a black cat too. P.S. The Simpsons, the guy who runs it is a Mason who was on Jeffrey Epstein's island. And the rest are from, you guessed it. And what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, it's about degrading the white, especially nuclear family. And they make the father out to be an idiot. Have we seen that in TV before?
So long, suckers.
Same old space, huh, Dad?
Yep, but they gave me these rollerblades so I can glide to the front door. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sweet. Jealous.
So that's enough of that. You know, these people, shout out to my Celtic emblem, which looks a lot like the Never Ending Story cover, but it's not. And just to clarify that, Never Ending Story book emblem. It's very similar. It's a snake eating its own tail. The Never Ending Story. Dude, that movie messed my head up. See, it looks very similar, but it's not. The Never Ending Story. La la la. It's almost the same, actually. Okay, that is very similar. Ooh, Isis and Nephthys. I want that. See, the Masons use Egyptian and other pagan stuff, which I'd get down with. But ultimately, it's Judaism, Jewish for the goy. The never-ending story. La, 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 la. I was looking for music to play that wasn't copywritten. Okay, here is one of my alma maters, USF, I'm afraid. Public media. Enough is enough, said Representative Republican Mike Caruso. The Delray Beach. I actually have connects down in Delray. If you ever want to stay at the Seagate Hotel, I know the owner. His name is Tony. And he is great. And it's a beautiful hotel. Actually, he no longer is associated with the Seagate. But this hotel is great. And Delray is happening. I had a great time there. I stayed in one of those. I stayed in that one. They have a shuttle that brings you to the beach, club access. The food was great, live music. I sang with the piano player, who I also happen to personally know. There's the beachfront. And it's, if you want to stay at the Seagate, please do. Yeah. The Jazz, I had a great time there. You never know where these shows are going to take you. Anyways, enough is enough, says Republican Mike Caruso. And we're taking a little bit of a breather here because I need to go and take my chicken out of the oven, and I need to grab another beer. In the meanwhile,
so all politicians have people who imitate them, who do impressions of them. Kamala Harris is one of the few who really doesn't, and that's because Kamala Harris herself is doing a Kamala Harris impression. There is no actual Kamala Harris. And so it's kind of a meta question. It's very tough. Very difficult to pull off the rambling incompetence and the cackling. But we have searched the entire continental United States for someone who can do it, and we have found one. Watch this.
Before we get to all that, I am Kamala Harris. My name is Vice President Kamala Harris, First Woman VP. My pronouns are she.
The Kamala Harris impersonator is funny.
I am Kamala Harris. My name is Vice President Kamala Harris, First Woman VP. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. My pronouns are she and her. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm wearing a blue suit, one of many. My pants are Old Navy, and school buses are yellow.
Have you used OpenAI? You would have good questions for it. Eli, I am not sure what you're talking about, OpenAI. But we will Google it as soon as we're done watching this. Thank you, Eli. Thank you for tuning in, my friend.
Think about it. Yellow school buses are our nation's largest form of mass transit.
Yeah, largest form of mass transit. So clearly, the impersonator you saw was named that she really nailed. She joins us. Do that again. I think you perfected it.
Hello, America.
What? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you live with others, roommate, spouse, friends, whatever. When you do that cackle around other,
Tucker's trying to pick up on her. I don't know if you live with others. I don't know what you're doing around after the show, 9:30 p.m. I don't know if your roommates are going to be home, but
other people, like, how do they respond?
Sometimes they leave the room. It really depends on what team they're playing for, but for the most part, it turns heads for sure. I think I fine-tuned it down to get it to sound just like her.
Just for masochistic reasons, can you do one more time?
because he is a sadomasochist.
Now, Wilbur, earlier this week, you said...
Wilbur Ross, part of the Our Child Banking America branch who bailed out Trump's personal debt of close to $1 billion. I'm not sure. And he became the Secretary of Commerce when Trump got in as a good guy. So he has to put Wilbur Ross.
That you didn't understand why furloughed government workers needed food assistance because they could just, quote, take out low-interest loans instead.
Right. Well, that was silly of me. I simply meant that there are other ways of getting money. Like, they could have liquidated some of their stocks or sold one of their paintings.
I like to take this moment to say how unfunny SNL is and how unfunny this lady is. But continuing.
I mean, even if they sold a lesser Picasso, that's still going to get you through a week or two of yacht maintenance.
I still think that comes across as insensitive to people living paycheck to paycheck.
No. All I meant was that we all have to make sacrifices in times of hardship. For example, instead of going out to dinner, you could open a restaurant in your house.
Yeah, I love how going into Christmas that Jeff Bezos made an announcement to the public saying, maybe don't go and buy that big screen TV this year on his $1 trillion yacht, while all the people around him, slaves, wear masks, except for that piece of crap, Jeff frickin' Bezos.
Or for a period of time, you could have your horses attend public school. The small things add up.
So you don't think the Trump administration is out of step with the American people?
No. Look, maybe I do sleep in one of the cocoons from the movie Cocoon.
You know what? This is borderline anti-Shmemetic. Wilbur Ross, what are you saying, that all of them are rich globalist bankers who are out of touch with the common person?
That doesn't mean I live in a bubble. I live in a cocoon.
My thanks to Secretary Ross. Our final story this week, of course, is the dramatic, some would say ludicrous, arrest of longtime Trump associate Roger Stone. The man is 66 years old, frail, barely...
Roger Stone took out an ad in the paper, like classifieds, asking for buff men to come and have sex with his wife while he watched. Who keeps a copy of the Zohar in his on his person. And he was like a Christian. Was he?
Barely able to post shirtless photos of his jacked body. Clearly no threat to anyone, yet this is somehow the FBI, this is how they raided his home. Yeah, just horrifying. Now, here with his side of the story is a man you look at and instantly think, I trust this guy. Please welcome Roger Stone.
Steve Martin also sucks and is a jerk and is not funny. Sorry. Troggy Trog, what's up, my guy? We're having a balloon party. He does do an impersonation. There is an impersonation of Tucker Carlson that is funny as shit. Because he raises his voice up like this. Tyson Fury in Hot Water, we showed how he got knocked out. But he's a devout Christian, so already sus. Fury wasn't done after he said something about Vladimir Klitschko, saying he swings both ways. But Fury wasn't done. He had more. He made anti-Shmemetic remarks. in another nonsensical rant. Let's see how nonsensical this one is. Everyone, just do what you can, he said. Listen to the government and follow everybody like sheep. Be brainwashed by all the Zionist, Jewish people who own all the banks, all the papers, all the TV stations. Be brainwashed by them all. In other news, urologists, enlarged prostate, do this immediately. And the picture, god damn. The Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, CAA, another name I'd never even heard of. How many? Is insisting that Fury is banned from the sport. And damn. 33 minutes, we're not going to listen to all that.
With Hitler, and Joe Louis was the American, so a legend in the game for sure.
I like
make of his jab and his combination punch from Tyson. I think
I like Tyson Fury.
When I watch, that's why I put Joe Louis on. The jab was phenomenal.
Oh, there's a dude named Liam.
I mean, I know we're saying a big
Liam Wilson
in his time, so he'd be what, 13 and a half, probably 14 stone, maybe late 190s.
Yeah, a bit under 200, I'd say. Yeah. So that was going to be his big payday fights. Tried to get knockout.
I agree.
Because after that, he only had the two Andrew Galata fights. It was done for him, wasn't it?
Both of them.
Oh, and he fought that Cuban as well, didn't he?
Gonzalez.
Bollocks.
Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was a good performance.
But again, go back onto Holyfield. Great.
Okay, we're getting back to enough is enough, said Representative Mike Caruso. The Delray Beach Republican filled the bill last week. He said that legislators need to act. State lawmakers of both parties are pushing a bill to counter the rising number of anti-Semitism incidents in Florida. Enough is enough. If we don't do something now, then soon we might have the 1933 schmatzy Germany here all over again. Yeah, is that really how it's looking? The bill 269. What's better than 169? 269. Would raise offenses from a misdemeanor to a third-degree felony to litter a yard with a flyer. All right, so all those who want to trim my trees. Why did that sound sexual? Harass people. What does harassing people mean? That is so vague and so broad. You can have a journalist ask Joe Biden a question about waiting to shoot down the balloon. And he can say, is that harassment? Disrupt schools or religious services. So you can't go onto school grounds, your public universities, because you're disrupting it. One of the last bastions of free speech was college campuses. You have like crazy microphoned up, megaphone Christians talking about hell. But they already banned BDS, boycotting, divesting, and sanctioning an apartheid regime that we send $1 million to a freaking day. Send our own children off to war to die for them while they spy on us and steal our nuclear codes and whatnot, and then brag about it, and then get welcomed home with a hero's welcome. But we have a balloon with a freaking antenna, like an antenna that you would put on top of your house that looks like you would try to like get in 3 channels to your TV. And we lose our shit over it. Deface graves? Who does that? What are you doing, Rebby? and certain buildings. How about the King David Hotel? After the Brits were done getting them their land, they wanted them out, and they killed a bunch of them. What about the Liberty ship, American ship that got bombarded, killed a bunch of Americans that no one's ever heard about? Or project images on someone else's property that has to do with the AGL, which does more help for the ADL than harm. And it makes you question, who are they actually even working for? If the act shows ethnic or religious animus, the bill explicitly references vandalism. Dog, there are more incidents of them vandalizing their own stuff than like others actually doing it. I swear. Just look it up. And the use of schmaltzy symbols. All of our symbols are considered anti-Shmometic. They have successfully silenced us all and made us apologetic about our own. If Christianity didn't already wipe out all our heritage and culture and deemed it as pagan, if we still held onto a thread of any of that, now it's deemed not just pagan, but now anti-Shmometic and schmatzy. The particular of the bill addresses. This is my freaking. I got my undergraduate degree in religious studies from this school, and I live in Florida. And these stupid Republicans, which I happen to agree with more than Democrats, they praise DeSantis, who is bought, paid for, and owned by Sheldon Adelson's wife, the #1 banker behind who put Trump into power. Liam, I emailed you my cell on your Gmail, by the way, a few months back. Not sure if you ever read those mails, though. Oh, I didn't. Send me an email at send me a message on Twitter. Are you on Twitter? Because I'll go back. Liam at theaquarian.tv. I'll go back and check. Soul Trip did? I know, I'm so bad at checking. Because my real one is a Gmail one where I use my real last name. And if I use that, I'm not going to be able to teach in the universities, which I want to do one day. I'm thinking about being a professor who fights against anti-Shemiticism. But secretly, I'll be bringing light to anti-Gentilism. I'm taking a page out of their own book. Because I'll get funded by them. It's going to be so brilliant. So I have to be very careful. Try, you ain't on Twitter no more? Email me at, I'll put up Liam, Liam, J for Jarrett, my middle name, and then Curtin, my last name. Irish. It used to be Mac Curtin, which I come from a long lineage of bards, like Irish, like pagan magicians before they got ransacked by St. Patrick, a Roman agent through Britain of the people in question. So it's Liam, Liam, J, Curtin, Curtin, Liam J. Curtin at gmail.com. Just for you, Troggy Trog, I just doxed myself because I care so much about you. And Soul Trip. What? I thought I saw all your emails. I just totally doxed myself. They're gonna be coming. They're gonna be coming for me tonight. Shit. And there goes all my chances of ever getting a job in the universities. Whatever, I don't give a fuck. This particular bill addresses increasingly common anti-Shemitic flyers by this AGL that are distributed, that do these banner drops, as well as racist graffiti and vandalism and anti-Shemitic messages projected onto buildings. Yeah. That's stupid. As for the littering offense, the bill makes it a first-degree misdemeanor to create litter with a pamphlet, flyer, or other material in this. Brevard County Republican Randy Fine said holding schmaltzy views is not illegal. If you're holding a schmaltzy view, you're an idiot. The biggest hurt to Germans has been Schmittler's schmaltzyism. It was responsible for ruining Germany. Edom, who was their #1 target for a long time, who did so much to help them out and continually does. But he says it is illegal to trespass. It is illegal to litter. It is illegal to stop people. Yeah, all these things are already illegal. And we need to say that. But when your stupid schmaltzyism moves from words to actions, we're going to hold you accountable. It's a reaction to the explosion of anti-Shemitic incidents we've seen, always on the rise. Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL says. I mean, they've gone from rare to monthly to weekly to daily, and people are scared. I know I'm very good friends with some of these beautiful people who I happen to love. I love my friends who are caught up in this and from their race and religion. And they have one bag packed. Like when things start to turn south, whether the economy or rising Shemitism, they have one packed, ready to go to Israel. They have this much loyalty to America. They're here just to make money. I'm sorry, that's not true for all of them, but that is a thing. They are ingrained from an early age that you might look like others, but you're not. And not only that, they are out to get you. So they're ingrained with paranoia. Sad. The ADL says the group's responsible for... They also target LGBTQ, but they didn't put the plus. And transgender people. Of course, jump onto that. Next, after I go to the bathroom, we're going to go through my Twitter feed, their Soul Trip, and I'll be back in 3 seconds. Okay. Soul Trip. I did respond to Soul Trip. All right, I'm going to play a song. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to be right back. You know how quickly I am, so don't go anywhere. In the meanwhile, we're going to listen to Bill Hader's impressions. I like Bill Hader.
Malkovich. Yes, that's from the film. I can be John Malkovich. I'm sorry?
Hello, my name is John Malkovich.
I don't sound anything like that.
No, you sound exactly like this.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Oh, no.
PA on an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Collateral Damage, and all right. One person's like, no, and that was the big line in that movie was, "Open up the door, there's a bomb in there." The first time I met him, I go, he comes up to me and he had his cigar in his mouth and he goes, "What is Jeff and Peter?" That's his hair and makeup guys. Yeah. And I go, I don't know, I'll find them. And he goes, "Find them. Show me your leadership capabilities." He's playing that character. It is terrifying. Like, he'll be talking to you about, we're probably talking about music or movies or whatever. And then the minute they say action, he is so terrifying. And he can do, like, I go, how did they do that thing in the first movie where your eye kind of goes up when Pennywise, I don't know if you guys saw the movie, but when he senses.
Thank you, Bill, for filling in. You know what? We have this guy, Cub Beerson. You know, I'm going to take this moment. We're going to do a call in. We'll see if Adam is listening. If Adam will pick up. I'll tell him that he's on. Let's see what Adam has to say about being called out. Although it is dinner time around him. He is a family man. He's ignoring my call. Okay. Never mind. He might call me back. I missed a call from him today. I'm going to take this moment. We're going to do a call in. Maybe he doesn't want me to call him anymore. Annoying him. He's like the only person I have to talk about this. Actually, I have my dad. I've brought around my dad and his wife, my stepmother, to all of this, and they've come around to it. Anybody in their right mind would, if you're just not crazy. So, Cub Beerson says, based Adam Green, who he is, and just did another. I want to bring up, sorry. I want to be able to see your chats. Hang in there. Okay. I couldn't listen to his scripture reading. Edward Zoll. Based Adam Green just did another show with friend Edward Zoll. Zoll is ex-military. What does that mean? And used to work for Shmayo Rick at True News. I know. They brought that up. And Adam was pretty critical of it. Until fired for alleged links to Antifa. Zoll is also involved with Stu Peters of the Snake Venom in the Water frame. The Cross Promotion Network continues. Fifth says he went to Israel. Palestine, Levi representing. We love you, Levi. He's dedicated his life to exposing political Shmayanism in Christians. Can't see that worshiping a foreign god is cucked. I used to go to church. Has white folk in Middle Eastern garb ever made sense to you? Nativity scene? That's not Germanic. Shout out to Levi for representing, fighting the good fight. What did Soul Trip post today? The Castrati, a dark corner in music history.
Hello and welcome to earlymusicsources.com. My name is Elam Rotem, and today, in another collaboration with Lisandro Abadi and Tim Braithwaite, we'll talk about the Castrati.
Dog, Giuliani got banned from YouTube right after he went on Adam's show. If you mess with Adam, that's a hot wire. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been shadow banned to shit because my content is nothing but hot fire. And I've been on Adam's show and he's been on mine. And I mean, I'm not going to talk about, I don't want to waste airtime about it, but it's a thing. And it's sad.
Strati.
All I listen to is country music. I mean, not country. Fuck country music. Classical music. Wagner. Vivaldi. Bach. Beethoven. I love classical music. It's good for your soul. I grew up listening to rap. I was a DJ. That's all I played. Hip hop rap. But it's not all I played. Big into reggae. I still like reggae some, but then again, it's like Zion. Reggae, Rastafarianism was started by Freemasons. I've already showed that before. Let's listen to the Castrati.
As well as the inability to grow facial hair and, of course, to procreate. So, The removal of the testicles part was typically sung either by boys or adult men who used their falsetto, as we explained in our episode about countertenors. In the middle of the 16th century, particularly in Italy, another seemingly better kind of singers was sought after, the castrati. If a boy who sang well...
Thank you, Troggy. I talk to myself. I'm like, do I just suck? Am I not entertaining? Do I not entertain you? Am I not funny as shit? And Troggy says, Liam, you walk outside on a blue sky day and you won't see your shadow. That's how shadow banned you are. That makes me feel good. Damn, I'm not the only one. I'm like, am I just paranoid? I'm like, well, I see these people. Now, even my Aquarian TV, where I do astrology, and because my astrology is, I still talk about this shit. And I watch these other people who suck. I'm sorry. I love them. And they're every tarot reader, every astrologer I love for trying. They're not nearly as knowledgeable as I am or experienced now. I've got 5-6 years almost under my belt. And I'm just a better fucking astrologer and tarot reader than they are. And damn, they get like 20,000 views on a video. I get maybe 20 on a good video. It's so fucking sad. Fuck! But thank you. Thank you, Troggy, and thank you, Soul Trip. I am funny. I know, right? I'm fucking hilarious.
Well before puberty.
Yeah, so them cutting off, keeping men from becoming men because of that. I think I got that. The European Commission. Oh, God, this whole war is just for the military-industrial complex. Santos, this guy who pretended to be from the tribe to get voted in, which worked. I mean, if these people were so hated and just despised, then why would you pretend to be one of them? And then to do that, to get elected, and it worked. Oh, damn. I didn't know Logan Alexander Paul was from the tribe. This is what selling your soul looks like. What the fuck? Gay stuff is this? Oh my god. Oh, this is the original. What? This one is funnier. Just goes to show you can never tell what to believe. Oh, brother. Let's just go through my fire ass feed. Soul Trip with another meet Abraham, the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Because a person who is willing to murder their child because a voice told them to is somehow the whole world should admire. Is someone who the whole world should admire and follow. Yeah, right. Oh, Soul Trip, you retweeted me going live. Thank you. You get a heart, obviously.
Really gonna scare you, and it should. What's going on, everybody? Today,
you know what really scares me is this guy. Who wears a tank top like this? So let's hear what it's got to say. Palestinian American Patriot does post some good stuff.
I'm gonna tell you something that's really gonna scare you, and it should. The biggest part of the great
Paul Logan, Saul to Paul. Great grandson of Paul to the Gentiles, Paul Logan.
Reset that you're all missing is the carbon credit scan. And what is the carbon credit scan? This is where they're telling you where they want to monitor, track, and trace every so-called kilogram of CO2 that you emit. And they say the global average needs to be 2 tons per person per year. And you're using 16 tons per person per year, which means your activity has to go down by 800%. So how do they plan to do that? Well, first of all, they got the new first MasterCard in the world that is going to show a carbon allowance for every single purchase you buy. And to make sure that everything has a so-called carbon credit, food, when you buy food now, if it's vegan, it's going to show
food. That sounds like Jordan Peterson. Food.
show you this nice low score of only 1 kilogram, 1.3 kilograms of CO2 per serving. Now, meat will be off the chart, so that's going to be a no-no.
Oh, thank you, Trog.
If you go to a restaurant, even an Italian pizza place, they're going to show you the amount of CO2 for your dish. So literally everything you eat, everything you buy, is your clothes made of leather? That's going to cost more CO2 because it came from a cow. So every single thing you do is going to be tracked. Why? Because they want to put limits on how much you can spend monthly.
Everything we're doing is already tracked. Elon Musk posted 420. Ashley St. Clair. I kind of like this girl. Dog, this is the state of our country right now. Dumpster diving. This is kind of true.
Hey, tell him. When Ralph got pulled over driving to Washington, why was he pulled over? Huh?
Because fucking Godwinson told Brian to fucking call. That's what happened.
So the police...
I pleaded with him not to.
I will not get involved in Ralph from Killstream shit. Not a fan. I just like that he has Adam on. J.K. Rowling, she is somebody I think we could hold up as somebody that we could really get behind. Rowling. That's what you gotta type in to see if anyone's they're real. Because I'm thinking about writing fiction books, and here's what you're gonna want to do. Okay, there's a country called Schmamerica that is secretly run by a foreign country called Schmitzriel, and where they have their agents in place that look like Schmamericans, but actually are loyal to Schmitzriel. And then you interject some love story where a Schmitzraelian falls in love with a Schmerican. And they have to, like... There it is! Do you think Hollywood's gonna make that movie? I don't know. Dog, the Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson and that one guy. And the first thing that shows up is Jordan Peterson in Israel. And when he got back, he started calling out against Iran's treatment of women.
Very excited to be working together again, Jordan. A bit of a departure from the usual in the publishing house. Maybe just wanted to get into your creative process of what you were thinking when you wrote 12 Rules for Crushing.
Well, I've spent some time on the internet, and it opened my bloody eyes to what these 304s are up to.
You mentioned 304s.
Hoes. They're sixes. It's like they think they deserve a millionaire.
I don't know if that's
They need to learn the harsh reality that I shouldn't be obligated to call them in the morning. And it's not because my phone's broken. It works just fine.
Very excited to be working together again, Jordan. A bit of a departure from...
Oh, it's so fucking loud as fuck. Shitty ass.
Okay, so I've been doing...
It works just fine.
So last night at a sorority party, this, like, comically beautiful girl takes me back to her dorm room to sleep with me, and it's like, she didn't even clean her room. It's like, no. It's like, I'm not having sex with you in a bloody dirty room. It's like, if the room is dirty, what else in your life is dirty? And the answer is everything. It's like, You warned about this.
Jordan Peterson. I can't even do that.
Page as like having little adventures with some freaky Chicago girls. And I've come to the realization, I've been talking to one, that I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
What the fuck?
Gay. I don't think one I'm talking to one that I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
There's no one in the audience.
I've been having a lot of sexual escapades.
Man.
Like having little adventures with some.
Was there anybody in the audience? 116 Ukrainians are released from Russian captivity. Dog, I don't believe anything I hear about this thing. Dog, I did watch How Bad Sugar Is for You. Turns out it is.
I'm from Lismore as well. 4 years ago, in 2019, I was part of the
I just love the Irish brogue. Once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Lismore Welcome Project, and we brought a Syrian family to Lismore. At that very meeting, David Stanton stood up, who was the minister then, and told us the hotel would not be used for refugees. And basically what is happening now, they are proceeding without planning for the building, and it is feeding into the far right, and it is giving the far right an argument. And the far right was at that meeting 4 years ago, and everything they said at the meeting now has been proved right. And it is the government's fault, and without consultation, without proper planning.
But you're not suggesting, are you, that we should be listening to what the people on the far right are telling us about
No,
this
but
issue?
they told us that 4 years ago.
Facts have completely changed since 2019, with every respect. I mean, there wasn't a war in Ukraine at that point. We weren't dealing with anything like the numbers. And so I understand that the frustration of that, but
That lady has more Botox than a Botox factory. Yeah, so there's somebody on the left actually like admitting like, hey, the far right were right about that. Yeah. That's the new Tesla thing. That's kind of like a badass new age Hummer. Very hard car to build, as it is unlike any other, but as stated publicly, Cybertruck production starts this year. We're just going through the Twitter feed news. This guy Irish Druid 68 does some good art. I might be able to make him into t-shirts. I love this girl ASMR Glow. I like ASMR. It helps me to sleep and it helps me through panic attacks. And this girl is great. And she's got 3 billion followers on freaking. It won't ban you. I should do like I should pretend I'm an ASMR person, but like, our country is overrun by a foreign people. To pretty much just make like sex noises, I think is what ASMR is. Bernie Sanders got 14, and then the fish. 14 is the Hebrew letter nun, which means a fish. Oh, yeah. This guy Shamus knows it. Yeah, good for you. Fishers of Men. I love Manly P. Hall. You know, Albert Bashai, he plays Manly P. Hall for us. See, you could be spiritual. You could believe in the spiritual world and the development of our consciousness without being an atheist, a word I don't like. And Albert Bashai is that. And Adam Green doesn't say that he's not an atheist. He doesn't say. He just doesn't believe in the God of the Bible of Israel as our as Yahweh. Yeah, neither did our ancestors. Look what fucking The Guardian put up. 1,000-year-old remains in Finland may be non-binary. Iron Age leader Adam says, Nick is still trying to convince his incels that Yi-24 isn't dead. What? Is there a rumor that he's dead? He just married someone, didn't he? All right, we covered these things. Let me look at my chat. Your ASM is priceless. You know, I just like say nice things like, "You did a great job today. You are a beautiful human being." I'm gonna start an ASMR channel and then just like interject like truth like after the 2-minute mark. That's all they do. Ah, that was a good one. That was a good ASMR one. ASMR Glow, hit me up if you want to feature me. It's like an alien lizard person licking their lips. I'm here to help you sleep, to get through all this anxiety shit that I share. This fucking anxiety. Mark Brahman. I have liked this guy a lot less lately. But he's got a blue check mark and a lock. So he's cool. Politics, war, sports, gaming, weapons, death, killing, swearing, metal, rock, work, science, emotions, family, sister, daughter, nephew, brother, boyfriend, husband. Let's just... I'll show you why I don't like this fucker. What the
Vulcan's fire, the world itself burns.
What is this? I gotta take another piss. I'll be right back. Tell me what you think.
The time for dishonor, it has passed. By Vulcan's fire, the world itself burns. And yet we are a people born to last. We are immortal Apollo. And Apollo returns.
What I miss? Mark Brahman retweeted his own tweet. Who does that? They represent Jesus' rabble, the slaves who know nothing but slavery, desire nothing but slavery. We represent Apollo himself, the god of nobility, the god of intelligence, the god of poetry, and the god of beauty. What they hate most is that the light from us reveals them. I can get behind that. See, I like some of his stuff. He's against Christianity, so good. But then, listen to this. So he retweeted it, or he tweeted this. This is the announcement of an official Thargelia. This is the Thargelia of the Pharmacoi, Keith Woods, and Joel Davis. Henceforth, both will be excluded from Apollonian society until proper atonements are made as determined by the Apollonians. See, the Aquarians, we need to come up against the Apollonians because the Aquarians don't think that the white people are a supreme race. We're against supremacy. I know we happen to be lit, but we don't look down on other races. Then we're no better than the people that we're fighting against. So I am against Apollonianism, and they are growing, I think. All right, my little lovers. Alex University, where you can get a degree in They Made the Frogs Gay. Sounds like BB. David Icke, lizard person, interviews ASMR stream. Troggy, why are you so funny? I love you, bro. All right. I'm sending off for the night. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I am the person of David. Fuck Apollonianism. Fuck my shadow banness. Adam Green didn't answer my phone, so fuck him right now. I'm joking. I love you guys so much. Good night, Soul Trip. I love you. Good night, everybody.